What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and today we're at it again with another video. So today we're here to talk more about editing video on a Chromebook. This is part of an in-depth playlist I have created for the channel called Chromebook How to Edit Video. You can find this playlist by clicking on the link in the corner of this video or by clicking the link in the description below. In today's video, we're here to talk about the transition. What is a transition? A transition is an interesting visual effect that happens between video clips. It also seems to help with smoothness in a video, and it looks like this. For those who are new to the channel, I edit all my videos on a Chromebook with the PowerDirector app that's available on the Google Playstore. We recently unboxed the Pixelbook Go, which I haven't had much luck to edit on because I have a problem transferring files from my Pixel 4 XL to the Pixelbook Go. With that being said, I'm still doing my video editing on the Pixelbook. This is the 2-in-1 Chromebook by Google, very nice machine. It folds into several different positions, which makes it really cool, and it works great with video editing. So now that we have an idea of what a transition is, let's go ahead and create one. So here we are in the PowerDirector app, and you can actually see that I started editing this project. This is actually the project for this video. So we've got cuts here, everything's running pretty smooth. Now, if you look here, we have these black squares. They've got film with like a lightning bolt going through them. That's where we can place our transitions. And we have two right here, and they're going to be blue. That indicates that we actually have a transition there. So here we are at the beginning of the video, and when you watched this earlier, you actually seen a transition. I didn't add that in yet, and we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to actually add a photo to this timeline too. You'll see how this works. We're going to go to the photo tab. We're going to go to restored images. And then I have my picture there, and I'm going to just press and hold on that. I can drag that right to the timeline there, and that is going to look good. We can actually back out here, and we can actually see what this looks like. Now, just a side note here, PowerDirector is pretty cool. When we add an image to the timeline, PowerDirector automatically adds panning. So you can see as I move along the timeline here, that image kind of just slides over, looks really nice. A lot of times I don't play with that, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and click on the image. You can click on the pencil icon, and then you can tap on pan and zoom, and you can see we have a random motion, but we could put no effect, or we could do a custom motion. Again, I'm going to leave that as it is because this video, we don't want to talk too much about anything else. It's all about adding transitions. So now it's time to add a transition to that first black block there to help complete my intro. So we're going to click on that once, and then we're going to have our transition show up here. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know that I have this transition. It's called a hexagon transition, and that's in Geometric Pack Volume 2. Now, you do have to pay extra to get all these unlocked, but there are some really cool ones. I think it's worth unlocking. So here we are, we have our hexagons. And before we add these transitions, we can actually preview them by pressing the play icon. You can kind of see what it's going to look like, and it just continues to play over and over again. We can hit that back arrow at the top, we can back out. And before we add the transition, we just want to click on our block again, make sure that that one is highlighted, click the transition, click that plus icon, and that adds it. So let's go ahead and play this and see what it looks like. Now, before we can go ahead and play this, I do have to slide my selfie camera image over. And for those of you that don't know, in order to do the screen recording and the selfie camera that you see here, I use Screencastify. It's a in-browser screen recorder for Chrome browser. If you want to know a little more about that, just leave some comments below and I'll let you know. Maybe I'll do another video about that, but that's what we're recording with. So we're going to hit the play button here at the top right, and you'll see how this transition works. So there we go. That's the transition. Looks really nice. I didn't add music yet, but it looks really nice. And we can move back to the other ones we created. We can go ahead and play those again so you can see what they look like. Now this just makes the video more interesting, and we're going to play around here and try out a few other transitions and see what we have to work with. So we're going to look at some really interesting ones here, and then we're going to just change this back to how it was. So we're going to go into the geometric pack. Another one that I like to use is called pentagons. We'll go ahead, click on that, and then click on it again. And we'll go ahead and hit play. So that one is pretty cool as well. We're going to try out another one that I like in the Geometric Pack Volume 2, Peel in Lines. That looks really nice. We'll add that to our timeline and we'll go ahead and hit play. So as you can see, when we go back here, we have all of these that you get. But if you want to get more, you can unlock all of these, and there are quite a bit to play with. Now I'm going to change this one back to what it was. So we're going to click on Geometric Pack Volume 4, and we're going to click on that spinning rectangle, and we're going to add that to the timeline, and then we're just going to hit play. And that just looks really good. So wrapping up this video, I just want to let people know I do these videos on how to edit video on a Chromebook, because there's still this thing going around as we head into 2020 that you can't edit video on a Chromebook. And the way that I look at it is that if no one tries to edit video on a Chromebook, it's never going to happen. But you can see by watching my videos, we can actually make some nice video projects. So we're going to continue to work on these videos and get the information out there and let people know that yes, you can edit video on a Chromebook. You don't have to buy this very expensive PC. You don't have to buy all this very expensive hardware. If you really just want to get a message out there into the world, maybe you just want to entertain yourself, you can do that. And that's what these videos are all about. So that is pretty much it for this video today. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, make sure you leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Feel free to also ask questions about things you would like to see in future videos about editing video on a Chromebook, and I'll try to make videos about those things. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the channel. The first way is by heading on over to my Amazon storefront, and anything you purchase off of my list, it does go to support the channel. The next way you can support the channel is just by sharing this video with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. The great thing about social media is that we can get a message out there. Some people like to edit video on Apple hardware, some people like to edit video on hardware that uses Windows, and I think we can get to the point where we can edit video on a Chromebook on Chrome OS. Now, the last way you can support the channel is just by hitting that subscribe button. Now, liking and subscribing are very important. As always, don't do them just because I tell you to do them. Liking and subscribing is really your way to vote on the channel, whether you like it or not. Liking and subscribing are also important because people who come across the channel who are new to it, they're going to see all the likes, they're going to see all the subscribers, and they're going to think that possibly this channel has good information, it's useful, people enjoy it. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.